good, the bad, and the odd. They're sorted.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Hello. Right, so this is your pick. So I'm going to let you lead on this. You can run with this, so tell us what it is.
Okay, so we watched Detective Pikachu, which was a film that came out in May this year, 2019. It's like a weird noir film based on Pokemon.
It is a weird noir film, is quite right.
Yeah.
You went to see this at the cinema, right? Or am I dreaming?
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
It's based on an actual game, not just Pokemon in general. There is a Detective Pikachu game that this is based off of.
I never knew that. I didn't know that until you just said it. Right, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's got its own amiibo that's like about 3 times the size of any other amiibo. Amiibos being like Nintendo's Toys to Life thing.
Okay.
Where you can like scan in a toy and you get stuff in games.
Oh wow!
But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I have to say,
so,
I'm not surprised. Now you said it, I'm not surprised it's based on a game because it feels like a coherent universe, well developed universe. Or I wasn't sure if it had been developed elsewhere or if it was just well written that way.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah. So this stars Ryan Reynolds as the titular Detective Pikachu. We got Justice Smith as Tim Goodman, his like human partner who's looking for his missing father. We got Catherine Newton as like this reporter that's with them, and Bill Nye's in it. There's a few other people are out, but we'll come to them as we get to them. So the premise is basically Justice Smith's character, Tim Goodman, is looking for his father who recently got reported as dead. And while he's checking out his father's apartment, he finds a Pikachu that can talk to him.
Right,
and he doesn't know why.
Yeah, and no one else can understand this particular Pikachu, right? When everyone else acts, and it's Pikachu. Is there only one? I'm not sure with Pokemon. You have to bear with it.
No.
Pikachu.
It's a species.
Oh, so
there's one Pikachu in the film, but it's a species. So
right,
there are like individuals of certain things. Like Mewtwo is its own thing. It's just one Mewtwo. And the same with there's a few others, but they're not in the film, so it's not really relevant. But yeah, so it's a lot of it's a lot of like weird film noir tropes applied as this furry little yellow mouse Pokemon talks with Ryan Reynolds' voice. So,
I'll tell you what this made me think of. Can I just tell you what this made me think? Like you're saying, it's kind of in a noir world, but it's kind of odd. And it made me think of, his Darkest Materials. Was it Golden Compass? Golden Compass.
Yeah.
Where the characters are associated with like an animal. Is it a demon they call it or something?
Yeah, they call it like either a demon or a daemon.
Yeah, a demon.
Like that. They're all like fluffy little animals.
So that was to like Victorian stories, like Oliver. That was to that as this was to noir films, right? It was just had like this weird extra meta it's kind of cross genre twist, doesn't it? I liked it. It had a weird vibe. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So, what did you actually think of the Pokemon?
Oh, I thought the Pokemon was good. Yeah. I thought it would. I mean, you could see it's CG, but it didn't feel. It felt 3-dimensional. It felt like it was in the space, and it felt like it had weight. It wasn't like a goofy floating thing or anything like that. And I thought all the Pokemon were like that. I kind of liked it. They obviously look not real, but that was kind of part of the charm. And I kind of liked how every bit of their lives were. Humanity had Pokemon involved in this particular city, right? It was in this particular city that they kind of coexisted, and they just went about their days. It had a rich feel, like a sort of Star Wars universe, or maybe it made me think of like a kiddie version of a film called. It's one about where aliens have embedded themselves in human culture. What was it called? With James.
They Live.
No, it was with James Caan. I can't remember. So it's all right. Go ahead. But it had a rich feel the whole world. And I like the Pokemon. Sorry, the Pikachu. Yes, I thought it was good. And the other ones we encountered, that duck one cracked me up.
The Psyduck, yeah.
Yeah, they explode if it gets stressed.
Pretty fun.
They spend a lot of time trying to calm it down, don't they?
Yeah, including a pretty funny bit where they're driving around in a tiny car and they're playing spa music because it calms them down.
Yeah, that was fun.
So the rough outline of the story is as they're finding stuff, they end up like sort of in these little kind of self-contained little bits. Like there's a bit with an interrogation, and there's a bit where they actually take part in a Pokemon battle.
Yeah. That was. I didn't expect to see that, but it kind of makes sense because it is Pokemon, right?
Yeah, I did like that it was kind of an underground thing because they do establish that there's no battling in Rhyme City, which is where this takes place.
Yeah.
Which was filmed in London, of all places. Didn't really expect that.
No, it was different in that. I would not have guessed that was London. But you can kind of see it in a bit. But
even though there was about 5 lasting long shots of the gherkin. So.
Oh, yeah, apart from that. But it felt a bit more like Tokyo or something like that, actually, or Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But, they
did
quite
kind
well.
of have their own, like, not really language, sort of like a font. But, like, all of them were, like, they'd hidden words in it. So the apartment that Tim's father lived in was just, it had like these Japanese looking characters, but what it actually said was Oak, which is the professor from the first Pokemon game.
Okay.
So,
alright, cool. It was
so
big names in this too. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's weird how some of the people kind of got into Pokemon after this. Like Bill Nye's apparently like big into Pokemon Go now.
Bill Nye's in this,
and
he nice.
He's apparently like just took a bunch of the set dressing for his office.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Right, okay, yeah.
He's got like these big murals, and so he just took it. So
I have to say, I think the last Pokemon movie I saw before this was probably Pokemon the movie, unless Digimon movies count.
No,
but yeah, so it's been a long time since I saw a Pokemon movie.
Yeah. So this was the highest grossing video game movie for quite a while.
What's nothing superseded it, right?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, yes.
What?
Yeah, Angry Birds 2.
No,
it did.
I didn't even know there was an Angry Birds 1. Actually,
yeah.
Oh wow, how about that?
Yeah.
So they're bigger than like Resident Evil and stuff. I'm kind of not surprised Pokemon is, but I'm kind of surprised that
the first Pokemon movie was for quite a while. It was the highest grossing video game movie of all time.
Yeah.
So
I like the little nods to other detective-y stuff in this as well. I like the fact.
Yeah,
that
like there
was. He wears a deer stalker.
There was a bit.
Right?
Yeah, he wears a deer stalker. But there's also a bit where where Tim wanders into an apartment and it's playing. Oh, what's the film called? Angels. Angels in the something. It's the film
the one from Home Alone, the Home Alone joke film. Yeah. That was a nice nod. I said to you at the time we were watching it, does this make this officially a Christmas movie?
I said no.
No. I'll tell you what, the CGI I liked the most was probably the realisation of Mewtwo, and I don't want to get into spoilers too much.
Yeah,
but Mewtwo's in this, and I think that was really
very
done.
creepy.
Yeah.
It's not really spoilers that he's in this because it was like kind of a big part of the advertising.
Okay.
It's like it finishes on this dramatic shot of Mewtwo like erupting through a parade float. So
yeah. I also have to say I think Ryan Reynolds' performance is just really good. I expected him to be way more hyped up, like a Deadpool like, but he was actually quite calm and toned down, and it actually worked quite well. And made the film a bit less frenetic and possibly less funny, but it gave it a bit more heart.
Yeah, it was. I think my favourite bit was the little interrogation scene they have with a Mr. Mime, which is, for those who don't really know anything about Pokemon, it's a Pokemon that just is based on a French mime. So they he pretends a lot of things are real, but they're psychic. So when they're pretending, they are actually making something. And sitting in an invisible chair.
So
there's
there is
like little
actually a
touches.
glass wall, right, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This Pokemon, when it came on, I was like, I'll say to you, that's not a real Pokemon, is it? And you were like, yeah, it's one of the first generation ones. And I don't remember it at all because it looked too sort of human. It's not really human, but it doesn't look animalistic the way a lot of the other Pokemons do. Look, most of the Pokemons are based on an animal type, aren't they? But this one wasn't at all. It's completely different.
They usually, it's kind of weird because a lot of Pokemon have like the mouse Pokemon, but there's no mice in the setting. So yeah. And I think this one's just the mime Pokemon. But hey,
yeah.
They're not 100% inventive, but hey.
Yeah, it's I think it was good performance from Ryan Reynolds. The younger actors were a bit, I don't know, skin job, a bit, you know.
Yeah. I think my favorite
much...
was Lucy, who's like full on into the detective noir thing. She's like, I walk the walk and I talk the talk.
Yeah, she's kind of Lois Lane.
Then it turns out she's like an intern, like for writing blogs about which Pokemon are cute, and she's trying to present herself as this big reporter.
Yeah, that was
like
good.
also
I
like this femme fatale woman of mystery sort of thing.
Oh, she's her. Oh yeah. No, sorry, I'm thinking of another character. Yeah. I liked her. I thought that was a good performance. Yes.
Yeah.
As well. So yeah, what was her name? Her name. I'm trying to think of the actress. I'm trying.
Oh, it was Catherine Newton.
She was good. She was good. I thought she was an English actress. Actually, I thought I'd seen her something English, but she's American. So I was wrong there. Is Rhyme City, this place? Is that a big thing in Pokemon?
No, I think it may have been made. I've not played the Detective Pikachu game, but I think it was made specifically for that one. So
right. It's such a weird concept, this film. I honestly have trouble seeing how it's greenlit, apart from people like Pokemon. But I thought if they were going to greenlight,
Pokemon's the biggest. Like everyone's surprised by this. Pokemon is the biggest media franchise in the world. It's 90 billion.
Bigger than Star Wars.
Yeah, way bigger than Star Wars.
Well, I'm not surprised that Pokemon movie was greenlit. I'm surprised this Pokemon movie was greenlit because it feels very distinctive and different from what you'd expect.
Well, this one kind of invites a lot more like newcomers. Like there's a lot of because it's new. It's kind of fresh to both people who have played Pokemon and people who haven't. Because it's so different from the game.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's quite a good strategy, that, doesn't it? Because what that does is, rather than alienate the current users, it basically opens up the story so other people come in. But the Pokemon players will probably get quite a bit more out of it than a more casual watcher. I'm sure I miss loads of references and things. You know, I know what I'm like when I'm watching stuff like the Dread movie. I know loads of the references, but in this, no, nothing. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, there's a pretty funny bit where there's as part of the story, it reveals that at one point Tim wanted to be a Pokemon trainer, and he comes to this like this room that's styled after his childhood bedroom that Dad made for him, and one of the things on the wall is Articuno versus Steelix, which. Mm-hmm. If you know anything about Pokemon, it's basically the equivalent of saying, okay, Mike Tyson versus Buddha. Articuno is a divine Pokemon. So
I see. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay.
It's a legendary. So that is super powerful. So
I like how we're introduced to this character. He's trying to trap or tame or whatever the word is. That weird little Pokemon catch. Yeah, of course, catch him all, right? The one that wears the skull of its ancestor.
Yeah, its mother, Cubo.
Its mother. Wow.
It's really messed up. So.
And that one gets salty when he tries to catch it, doesn't it? He thinks he's caught it, but his little round ball thing doesn't lock it down or something. And it gets...
In an effort to try... This is something that the Pokemon Company's been trying to push for a while. In an effort to try and avoid, like, dogfighting comparisons. Yeah. They're trying to push it as, the Pokemon just accepts you as, like, its friend now when you catch it.
Yeah, so you're
even after you've like savaged it in a bush, sort of thing.
It's funny how this whole Pokemon as sort of pet in an arena thing is caught on in other sort of films. I feel like Dark Materials is kind of riffing on Pokemon actually, even though I said it. There's been a recent TV series called Love, Death and Robots on Netflix where the very first episode is about an arena fight of like a virtual animal thing that you've trained. So I feel like that's riffing on Pokemon too, but an adult version. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So, okay. I kind of don't want to get into spoilers anymore of the story.
Okay. Well, because there are some and a warning: if you look on Wikipedia, it's full of spoilers, so take care.
Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff. It's noirish in that certain things happen which contradict what you thought it was about, and bad guys can become good guys and vice versa, and so you're never quite sure who's the good and who's bad. What's going on, and in that way,
it did become a meme for a while. There's a bit where Pikachu he's like holding something. He goes, "Ooh, that's twisty. That's real twisty." When he learns a twist, so everyone put that on every sort of
that's twisty, right?
Surprise thing.
Oh, I didn't say that. But yeah, it's it was a charming film all round. I thought it was. Things get resolved very nicely. I think it improved as it went on. Let's put it that way. I think some of the early bits, it was like, not sure, really. But once Pikachu, and it was fairly early, once Pikachu and the lead kind of get together to investigate, it starts firing on all cylinders then.
Yeah.
I'd say. Though, having said that, when I think of some of the early stuff, it's still pretty good. The stuff with Lucy and, him catching the Pikachu. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Quite like the music. Quite like the music as well.
Yeah, it's all really good. There's a pretty funny bit where Pikachu's distraught and he's like wandering around in the middle of nowhere and he starts singing the original Pokemon theme.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
That was hilarious.
That was a nice little reference, yes.
Over the credits, it plays the original theme for Pokemon. The games, like the da 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 da.
Yeah, there was a bit of that, yes.
And it pulls out all these images, stylized images of the cast and characters based on the artwork for the original games.
Yeah.
So it's clearly a lot of work has been put into making this look like a Pokemon film. So.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out which studio financed this because a lot of different studios were
Legendary.
Because Toho helped distribute in Japan and Universal everywhere else, and then Warner Brothers got involved. It's kind of a bit of a mix in terms of distribution. This one.
Okay. Yeah, it was a legendary film. So.
Yes. Oh,
in multiple senses of the word. So.
Yeah. So it sounds like you enjoyed this quite a bit.
Yeah. Do you want to hear some of the other people that were in the lineup to voice Pikachu?
Go on then.
Danny DeVito.
That could have worked. Different vibe, but could have worked.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson.
Nah. I would have been alright, but I think Ryan Reynolds was way better than Dwayne Johnson for this sort of
Mark Wahlberg and Hugh Jackman.
Oh, God, no. Not Mark Wahlberg and Hugh Jackman. Why Mark Wahlberg? Because of Ted, maybe, or something. That seems weird. That seems weird. Hugh Jackman, he's a decent actor, so he could have probably done something quite good with this. But I think Ryan Reynolds, you need someone with kind of a bit of a comedy twang to their stuff. I was impressed, like I say, how much Ryan Reynolds toned it down, actually, and it worked quite well because it added to the heart without it being maudlin. It was quite good. Yeah, I liked it. I don't think I liked it as much as you, but I thought it was pretty fun. And really surprised me because I thought, I'm not sure this is going to be my cup of tea at all. I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought it was going to be more Deadpool-y than it was. And it wasn't. And that was fine, actually. I would have been alright with a Deadpool-y kind of vibe too, but it wasn't what I was expecting, but I was still pleasantly surprised. So that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so what would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 7.
Okay, I'd give it about an 8.5.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you bought it pretty much as it was released, didn't you?
yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's always a strong recommend. I think if you like it
Yeah.
enough once you've seen it at the cinema to order it straight away, that's pretty solid. Some things you just need to get quick, and some things you can just wait for Christmas or something, right? This is one of those to get, or birthdays. This is one of those to get quick. How did it make its money back and everything?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a budget 150 million. It made 431 million.
Okay, cool. And
generally, if you want to figure out, this is for the listeners. Generally, if you want to figure out how if a movie's made its money back properly, it needs to do double what its budget was, because the budget doesn't take into account a lot of marketing and all that sort of thing.
Double your money, and you're in the black then. Otherwise, it's not as clear. I just had a quick look at the critical response. It kind of did quite well. Rotten Tomatoes, which I'll never rate as a scoring system anyway, but that's got 68% based on 288 reviews, and IMDb it's 6.7, so a bit less than you, about what I'd say, really. So they actually tally up quite closely, though, for a change.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but apparently, reviews went from like A to F. There was quite a range. Mostly at the top end, though. Mostly at the top end. So, it has to be said.
Yeah. Well, there's a sequel, anyway, that got announced before the film was released, so...
Same cast and everything.
I guess so. It's just that they announced that there was a sequel, so I assume it's the same, because like all the interviews, all the characters are like, not characters, all the actors are like, yeah, that was really fun. I was surprised how fun it was to make that film. So
yeah, was Rita Ora in this, or did she just do a song? I'm sure.
She was the scientist lady.
Oh, okay. Oh, she was all right. She did a good turn. I didn't realise that was Rita Ora.
Yeah. Also, I think she did a song for this.
Yeah, that's where I saw her name against the song, and I thought I'd seen her in the cast list as well, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
What character she was, and didn't realise it was her anyway, so that's fine. I like all this coexistence of weird, different sort of. It's been done a lot recently, hasn't it? There was that one with the like the orcs and humans in a detective story.
Oh, Bright, yeah.
Yeah, there was that one, and stuff like that, and it's kind of interesting to see. And I'm pretty sure there's one with humans and vampires coexisting too, but I could be wrong there. But it's nice when you get these like weird cultural clash kind of movies, and this one had the Pokemon. I guess one of the archetype ones is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right? I mean,
yeah.
In many ways, there was.
I'm surprised I
had similar elements.
That didn't
right?
flip on my head. So
yeah. So Who Framed Roger Rabbit is probably the closest to this movie, but this isn't like that. This isn't riffing on Roger Rabbit. It's just it's a detective story with non-human characters involved in the detective work, and it kind of got a similar space. So so pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, so I think that's everything.
Okay, then let's wind up there now. I've just got to tell everyone we're coming up to episode 3. This will be episode 3, 664. And we're going to put out an anthologic episode of 665, but we got a special recording for 666, and we're not going to tell you what it is. You just have to kind of wait and find out. But I might put a thing on the Facebook group to say, what do you think we'll be recording for 666? And actually, if someone comes up with a better suggestion than we got, which I don't think they will, and we're not doing the Omen, I'll tell you that. But we will do the Omen.
Too obvious. Low hanging fruit.
I'll see what they come up with, but I'm pretty sure we're going to stick with what we've got. In fact, I've already bought the Blu-ray, so it's very likely. Okay, then. All right, then. Okay, bye from me, then.
Okay, bye.
We like to hear from our listeners at The Good, The Bad and The Odd, so if you have had any thoughts on this week's topic or anything else movie or TV related, drop us a line at info@thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. Written or MP3 attached, we like both. We're available on Stitcher, iTunes, and as an RSS feed. Just go to www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com for links to these. Also, feel free to come chat with us by joining our Facebook group on www.facebook.com/groups/The Good, The Bad and The Odd, all as one word. Thanks for listening, and until next time on The Good, The Bad and The Odd.